Hey guys, this is Mrs. Farnes. I'm just here to give you a quick tip on how to cite sources when you're using outside resources for any assignment in your course. Currently, we have a persuasive speech that we're working on where you need to have two outside sources. Coming up, you're going to have a research unit where you're going to have many more sources to use, and we'll go over in detail how to use those properly within an essay or creating a formal works cited page. But for this assignment, you do have two outside sources you do need to give credit to, and I want to make sure that you're doing that properly. In your persuasive speech sample outline that you've been given, there are parts of the outline that you are going to replace. So, for instance, in the introduction, you're going to replace the statistic or fact with to hook your reader. Maybe that statistic or fact came from an outside source. This is why you need to give credit to that outside source. You need to put that statistic or fact in there, but then also let your audience know where that fact came from. Maybe it's a statistic on how many hours students might use or kids might use playing video games. I'm going to put that fact in there, and then in parentheses I'm going to put the author's name. Maybe it's the author's last name is Christofferson. Okay, so I'm going to use that author's name there to let the audience know where that information came from in my works cited page. If that particular information was maybe an article name, I'm going to put the article name. The article name, Too Much TV. Maybe that was the article name. I'll put that there if I don't have an author. But where do I get that information? How do I know? Well, I need to give my audience and my teachers information on where that came from. So when I replace that information and I detail that information maybe in the body of the speech, maybe under some of these supporting details you've included facts, quotes, statistics, paraphrased, summarized information in your own words, but the original ideas came from an outside source. You have to give credit to it. So scroll down to the bottom of your particular outline. When you get down to the bottom of it, just put works cited. Okay, make sure that that is titled correctly. Okay, make sure that you add the web URL using MLA format. Well, what is that, Mrs. Farnes? Let's go look. So, a couple easy resources. First, go to easybib.com. Open that up and make sure that it looks like this, okay? Now, I went and searched, and I'm going to do my speech on the negative effects of video game addiction, and I found an article called The Negative Effects of Video Game Addiction. And we have this particular article that I've read, and I've taken some information in that, from that for my speech. So I'm going to go up here to the web URL. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to copy. I'm going to come over here to EasyBib, and I'm going to use this citation. Click here, paste, and click Cite It. Okay, it's going to ask me, was this what you were looking for? Yep, it sure was. So I'm going to cite this, and it's going to show me what it found for me, and I'm going to continue to the final step. This is where I can check the information to make sure it is correct. Okay, so the article title is correct, the author that is there is correct, Christopher. Okay, I'm going to go back here, double check. Yep, Dre Christopher is the name of that author. Sometimes you might not have an author. It might just say editors, contributors, or it might say archives right under the title. If that's the case, there is no specific author that you need to have, and that's okay. Many websites will have that. Double check that it gives the website title again, the publisher or sponsor. In this case, I'm going to double check this because sometimes the publisher or sponsor name has additional information that we should include in there. So I'm going to go back to the website. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website, and eHow Health, Leaf Group, right here, Live Strong, but see right here, the copyright, Leaf Group Limited. I want to include that information. That's important. Sometimes it might say limited, or it might say LLC, or some other name, and you want to make sure that you give the proper publisher name. So go back over here and put a little comma, do LTD, period, and make sure that is correct. Under URL, where it says display URL, make sure you say yes. You want to make sure that you include the URL with your citation, and it should give the date it was published, the article originally was published, and the date it was accessed. If it's coming from an archive, you won't have the original date. Sometimes that'll be missing, and that's okay. So once you're done there, scroll down and click Create Citation. You've checked all your information, and then look, it's created that citation for you. All you have to do is click Copy and Paste Citation, and it's copied it to my board. Now I'm going to go back over here to my document, and I'm going to paste. And there you have it. I have my citation. And maybe I got some information from here, and I'm going to make sure that anytime I refer to information from this article, I'm going to tell my audience in the article on the negative effects, or in the article, the negative effects of video game addiction from the Live Strong website, it states, or Dre Christopher, the author of the article, The Negative Effects of Video Game Addiction. I'm going to refer to that in my essay, my speech, whichever type of assignment that you are using where you've used an outside source. You need to refer to your author and give credit to the outside source. So if you have any questions on citations or need help with that, please contact me. I'm happy to assist you, but please make sure you're giving credit where credit is due. Happy researching!